Have you ever wondered how you could never miss a race of the NASCAR Pepsi Cup Series? Well, if you scroll over to the playlist tab, scroll down a little bit and find this little section here, you will see all of the archives from every race of the Napa/Pepsi Cup Series to ever be run. So make sure to leave a like and subscribe on all these videos and enjoy.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Hello and welcome, everybody, to the Daytona International Speedway. It's time for the Daytona 500 here. 30 of these beautiful next-gen cars are getting ready to start the Season 5 NASCAR Pepsi Cup Series season. It's race 1, it's Daytona. It's the opening points race of the year. Of course, we've got 3 races prior to this with the 2 dual races and the Clash, all here at Daytona. But again, this is the first points race with the next-gen car in Pepsi Cup Series history. Let's head down and see our ones to watch for today. Pole sitter Bubba Wallace comes into this race as the 2-time runner-up in what were both the 2 closest finishes in series history. Can he finally win today? He's going to have to look out for Chase Elliott, though, who was strong and led every single lap of his dual race en route to a victory to put him on the front row in second. Jimmie Johnson makes his NASCAR return in the 62 since, I believe, season 2, maybe 3, was the last time that he was in the series. I believe it was 2. Ryan Blaney, one of the best, if not the best, on super speedways. He lines up behind, you could see Tyler Reddick in front of Chase Briscoe. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., he's already started some chaos this week here, this month really, here in Daytona. What's he going to do today? We get ready for the Daytona 500. We're about to roll off now as we are all ready. So let's take a look at today's starting lineup. Zach on the track lines up on pole position alongside the NASCAR Coca-Cola Cup Series. They are row number 1. Row 2 is Drake and Friends alongside Noah's Gaming 2.0. Row number 3. The MLCS Racing Network is alongside SRT 0616, and the Gaming Duo is alongside Bryce's Sports and Plushies. Row number 5, we have NASCAR Mini Stop Motions alongside Log Drive. In row number 6, it's the TMCS Racing Network alongside Gavin Beers 12. Row number 7, we have CAN 142 and NLS Network. In row 8, we have RS Conover and Rodco Racing. In row number 9, behind them, we have 1 Mile Cup Series alongside Earl Racing Productions. In row 10, we have Nitro Apple and Trevor Banana. Behind them, we have Penske King 22 and Jimmy John's Cup Series. And behind them, alongside each other, are Mr. Coffee YT and Mickey and Jeffy Show. Behind them, Luigi Plush Productions lines up alongside Allegiant. And My Wi-Fi Crashed is alongside Hard for Menard. And rounding out today's field, in row number 10, we have Noah Probably and Mr. Fly to the Sky. As we get ready for today's Daytona 500, the season opener here in mid-December on a lovely day in Daytona. 15 laps. There are halfway points. No longer stages, just 1 halfway break. That'll be at lap 7 today. And of course, this is the Crown Jewel race. I'm joined today by NLS Network.
Howdy, y'all.
And as they come out of turn 4, the green flag is waving. Season 5 is underway here in Daytona.
Kendrick Motorsports lined up on the outside, getting a push past the 23 of Bubba Wallace. Elliott can't quite get down the track now. Looks like he's going to stay hooked up to that 24 of William Byron in that beautiful Valvoline Chevy.
They race down the backstretch for the first of 15 times today. The field already forming up 3 wide as we get ready to settle in for this race.
Yeah, really exciting start to this race. You typically don't see that super early on in these plate races, but it looks like these drivers know about the shortness of this race, about how desperately they need to get to the front of the pack here.
Bad news for the rest of the field because Chase Elliott leads the first lap and he has teammates Byron and Larson behind him. The Hendrick trio right now lead the field as Bowman still trying to find his way up there, but he is certainly not doing bad on that outside line.
See Alex Bowman trying to start something in the high lane way back there, but right now that bottom line is just too dominant. Is look at that three wide string all the way through the field after the first 5 cars.
Real risky stuff, but to be honest, not quite unusual here early in these races, as now the Hendrick Chevys go up to pick up Alex Bowman, who has actually managed to drop down from that third line to the second line. And I bet as soon as they break clear here of that inside line, if they can, they will pull down. There they go, down now. And now it's a Hendrick 1, 2, 3, 4 up front.
And Hendrick absolutely dominating this race. You see Petty GMS, 42 on the outside there, trying to make something work, but right now it is 1, 2, 3, 4 Hendrick Motorsports, and they are in control.
That is Noah Gregson in the 42. Had a big speed weeks, winning the Clash and starting last in his duel and fighting all the way up to nearly the front, avoiding all the wrecks. As Elliott makes a big move to the outside to block.
Big move for Elliott up to the outside. Nearly gets turned a little bit loose off of the front bumper of Noah Gregson there. As that outside lane's finally getting some momentum as Elliott moves up again, and that's a hard hit to the back of the 9 car.
Huge push there and almost disastrous to the man who's about to lead the first 4 laps of this race, Chase Elliott, who has led every single lap he's run in so far this season, excluding the Clash, that is.
You got to remember that these Chevys have those pointier noses, so when they go up and give an aggressive push, it's a lot more dangerous than if the Fords or Toyotas were to do something similar.
That's always been Hendrick's biggest enemy on these super speedways, I will say.
The Hendrick cars continue to dominate, flying down the backstretch, pulling away once again on that inside line. No one to side draft, and they are on cruise control at the moment.
Well, as they come out of turn number 4, we're coming to just 2 to go before this halfway bonus. So, I mean, how long is everyone going to wait? I think that outside line is going to have to try to make something happen here in these final 2 laps if they want to win this, obviously.
Lap 6, so we're getting close to that halfway bonus, but it doesn't look like anyone's going to be... Oh, there's a wreck in the back! Gregson in the wall, Corey LaJoie in the wall, huge trouble back in the middle of the field.
Corey LaJoie and Noah Gregson. Oh, man, just terrible for Noah. The one race he fails to finish and fails to really finish well in happens to be the Daytona 500. That's a shame. Corey LaJoie up at the front, too. You hate to see those smaller teams, those underdogs taken out. Both drivers are out, and you can see Jimmy also involved too.
And look at this replay. Oh man, the 17 just gives the 42 a shot there. Corey LaJoie just an innocent bystander and all this. Look at this save by Jimmy Johnson there on the bottom. Good to know he's still got some of that 7-time magic left in him. Really, really too bad for that 42 car though. He was up, contending for the lead at one point before that Hendrick dominance started pulling away.
And now as we hit the halfway caution, here comes everybody on down pit road. All of the leaders, the entire field. Bubba Wallace is in, 4 tires and fuel for him. We'll see if anybody else potentially takes a little bit of a gamble here on this stop. Kyle Larson is in for 4 tires and fuel in that Valvoline number 5 car for Hendrick Motorsports, who has sat in 3rd pretty much this entire race so far. Race leader Chase Elliott, 4 tires and fuel as well. And that car has been handling perfectly thus far. Problems for Larson on his pit stop. Not a good stop at all, as Chris Buescher gets off pit road in 2nd with a bit of a gamble here, it looks like. Just 2 tires for Buescher, and it puts him on the front row for this restart as we get ready to get the green flag here. For the second half of this race, we will have 7 laps to go, something like that on the restart. Green flag back in the air in Daytona.
For the first time today, someone other than a Chevy is contending for the lead. It looks like that 17 car is just able to keep up with the number 9 getting pushed by Bubba Wallace now.
And they roar down the backstretch for the first lap of the second half of this race. Look at Chase Briscoe on that outside, making that 3rd line maybe have something here for the first time today as they come out of turn 4. Car upside down out of turn 4.
Oh no, Buescher!
Buescher, and the big one happens behind them.
The 17 car upside down. 3 of the Hendrick cars caught up in it. The dominant drivers of today: Cole Custer, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., half of the Joe Gibbs stable. Looks like half, if not all, of the Penske stable. What a massive, massive incident here.
That was unbelievable. Chris Buescher airborne in front of the field. That was one of the most frightening wrecks we've seen in a long time. Probably the scariest crash in that man right there near the outside wall. Daniel Suarez flipped into the catch fence last season at Talladega on the final lap. 22 of the 28 runners had a piece of it, and only 10 drivers remain in this race. That is unbelievable. That's the entire field right there. Half of them are blocked by this little red flag notification, but wow.
Oh man, it looks like the 17 just washes up on that front bumper of William Byron's car, and then the 14 just hits that 17 car just in the wrong spot. Look at how many cars it takes up, though. I mean, Kevin Harvick's right there in it.
I mean, this is literally, yeah, the entire field has been taken out here at Daytona. This is everybody. And obviously the red flag has been thrown. So we'll be right back here at Daytona after a massive crash.
Hello, it's Rodker Racing here, and I have a question for you. Are you tired of trying to make really good custom diecasts, but you end up having to settle for these types of Sharpie cars? Tired of spending almost $100 just to get some decent quality customs? Then I have a solution for you, Rodco Customs. Here we offer great quality cars from different prices and different types, but you can still get them for a cheap price. Let's get a run through of the types of cars we have to offer. First off, we have our spray paint / paint marker cars. These are the cheaper side, and the decals aren't the best quality, but they still come out really good, and they're pretty cheap if you're just trying to get a quick car. Next is our full sticker cars. These cost a little bit more, but it still comes out better, so you're definitely getting the better bang for the buck if you're trying to get a really good quality car made for you. And finally, we have our 124 water slide cars. These vary in price depending on which car you want, so that I can buy the decal sheets and the actual car to fit it, but nevertheless still have great quality. And me and FireLynx have teamed up for this. Use code FireLynx when requesting a car, and I'll give you 5% off and a free gift. So here's how you can contact.
Welcome back, everyone, to Daytona. Caution flag is back out, and we have some pit stops now. It's like we have two cars coming down into the pit lane. Cody Ware is one of them, one of the 10 drivers to get through this wreck, and is looking at the potential to become the biggest underdog winner probably in series history, if I had to take a guess. Ross Chastain, the other driver, and one of the aggressive drivers, picking up 4 tires and fuel, just like Ware. Oh, get ready. This final restart is going to be crazy when we get going. 5 laps to go. Chastain is on fresh tires and at the back of the field. So if we do get action, this will be crazy. Green flag, 5 to go in Daytona.
We've seen Bubba Wallace at the front quite a bit today, but here comes Tyler Reddick just moving over to that number 45 for Michael Jordan. And look at that block by Chase Elliott, not letting Reddick past him. Can 2311 do something here? They have 2 of their cars in line and a Toyota teammate behind them, and Eric Jones in the 20 car.
Whoops, that's Christopher Bell in the 20. Time now for a through the field. Our race leader, Chase Elliott, has led every lap so far. He is looking for his first Daytona 500 win. Same for Tyler Reddick, who currently runs second. His teammate, Bubba Wallace, has finished runner-up the last 2 years. Can he do it today? Maybe it'll be Christopher Bell looking for his first series win. And the big underdog is Cody Ware there in P5. Now let's go to Chase. Now just 3 laps to go. Chase Elliott leads, Tyler Reddick second, Bubba Wallace third. Everything's still the same. Bell in fourth, Ware in fifth. I believe that was Eric Jones in P6. Yes, and then Austin Dillon running in seventh. 2 laps to go here in the Daytona 500. Who will be the one to step out, and can those 2311 cars overthrow Chase Elliott, who has led every single lap today? Or will they have to succumb to the number 9 car here as they head down the backstretch? A lap and a half to go in the Daytona 500. Who is going to get it? As they're coming out of turn 4, you see Reddick. He's backing up now, trying to get a run. Oh, big hit for Elliott. Horrible impact for Tyler Reddick, too. They head down the backstretch. Here comes Ware. Cody Ware on the outside trying to make something happen. Unbelievable run. Oh, he's almost wrecked. He saved it. Bubba Wallace crashed behind them. Coming to the line, Bubba Wallace wins at Daytona. He is a Daytona 500 champion. Unbelievable. What a race. Now, I have no clue if it's because of my voice really being in its first hour of being normal again after being sick, or if I'm just not made for this, but I'm dead after that now. Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick, you could see them. Reddick hit the end of that wall. That was that bad impact I was talking about. Probably a bit lighter than I made it sound like, because, I mean, it was the last lap. You know, I was all hyped up and everything. Austin Dillon into the wall in turn 4 as well. He backed it in, sort of. And here's a look at the final lap. Tyler Reddick peeked to the outside. Bubba tried to follow and just clipped him. No. And he turned them both. And Reddick slowly backed it into the wall and got up on top of it. Here was Cody Ware down the backstretch. Big push on that outside, and then it all kicked off in 3 and 4. You're going to watch. Look at Cody Ware. There, big sideways. And behind them, they all fell apart. Austin Dillon, Jimmy Johnson got together. Another great save by Jimmy. And then a very late block to Christopher Bell by Bubba Wallace to win the race. Yeah, you could just see Bubba certainly tried to follow the 45 and just kind of misjudged it there. Probably a racing incident. That stuff happens on the last lap. And Bubba made some crazy blocks there to win this race, as you see Austin Dillon hard into the turn 4 wall. Look at that. Almost wrecked the 20, almost wrecked trying to avoid. Here are the results. Zach on the track, in his first ever race in the series, ends up winning. The Mickey and Jeffy Show finishes second. Gavin Beers 12 and third. Mr. Fly to the Sky in fourth. Allegiant fifth. NLS Network finishes in sixth. Thanks for helping me today with commentary, NLS. That was fantastic, priceless stuff. MLCS Racing Network is 7th, Luigi Plus Productions in 8th, TMCS Racing Network in 9th, and Coca-Cola Cup Series in 10th. The NASCAR Mini Stop Motions is in 11th, Can 142 is in 12th, RS Conover finishes 13th. These guys are all DNF'd, by the way, I should also mention. Everybody after 7th DNF'd from this race. Noah's Gaming 2.0 is 14th, The Gaming Duo in 15th, 1 Mile Cup Series 16th, SRT 0616 is 17th. That's Kyle Larson after being up front all day. Rodco Racing is 18th. My Wi-Fi crashed in 19th. Hard for Menard in 20th. 21st, the Jimmy John's Cup Series. 22nd, Nitro Apple. 23rd, Trevor Banana. 24th, Mr. Coffee YT. 25th, you have Penske King 22. 26th, Earl Racing Productions. 27th, Noah probably. Earl as well. Fast Car. Heartbreak for the second year in a row with a crash as Austin Cindric. Log Drive in 28th, Drake and Friends in 29th, and rounding out the field, it's Bryce's Sports and Plushies. Thank you all for watching. Race number 2 will be at Dover Motor Speedway or International Speedway, whatever it's called. Hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a race. And hope you all have a great day.